Hey everybody, this is Jen and Hope, and we are just talking about how we're saving money with household products in our home. And we're literally going to show you the dollars we spend and the dollars we save and how this is really making a lot of sense for us. And so you know me, this is Hope Clark. I've been using oils now for 8 years, and natural health and feeling good in my body is really important, and raising my children to live that way is really important. So I want to give Jen a second to introduce herself, and then I'm going to share screen and we're going to literally do the math. Okay, go ahead, Jen.
Thanks, Hope. So for everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Jen, and I have a family. Well, we have a family of 6. So we have 4 kids, and we've been using doTERRA and all of doTERRA's products now for a little over 5 years. And we just wanted to kind of share with you a little inside peek at what we used to spend, at other places on like our household items, personal care, healthcare, and how we've basically just shifted our budget over to doTERRA. And it's kind of like a one-stop shop for us now. And just kind of go through some of the, costs of what we used to spend versus what we spend now, and how we do that, like how we shop every month and how easy it is. So,
yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and you sent me these documents, which I think are phenomenal. That would you explain this for a second, like what you're doing here?
Sure. So I got this from someone else in doTERRA that uses the products and shares the products, and then I just tweaked it a little bit. Basically, what it is just, I call it a shop where you swap form. So it allows me and it allows other people that I share doTERRA products with to kind of see like where they're currently buying their products, what loyalty programs they participate in at those stores, like what it's giving back to them. And then you just kind of go through all the products that your family uses. So this can be anything from like healthcare products, personal care products that you see there, household products, cleaning products, all that kind of stuff. So you basically go through here, and I'm going to show you an example of one that I did for our family in just a minute, but you'd go through there and just check off all the items that your family uses every month, every other month, every 3 months. And then you can see there in the purple, that's pretty much all of the doTERRA equivalent products of, let's say, toothpaste. You'd have the On Guard toothpaste from doTERRA, or the adaptive system for any anxiety, those type of products that you might be buying. So if you want, we can switch over to the one that I filled out.
Okay. So here you go.
Yeah. So on here, what I did was, this is based off of like before we started using doTERRA, I thought about the stores where we were buying all of these items from, and the stores, we used to shop at. So most of that came from Walmart. We were also members at BJ's, Costco, and then occasionally I'd get some stuff from Target. So those were the main stores where our family shopped. And then the loyalty programs for those stores, if you want to, are you able to put that back up there on the screen?
Yeah.
So with Walmart, there's no loyalty program that I'm familiar with. And if there was one, we weren't participating in it. Target, I did have a red card for a while that I think gives you like 5% back, which in my mind just translated to me like not having to pay tax for something, which is kind of the equivalent, even though it's taxes even higher than that. But, and then at Target, they would also from time to time do like promotional gift cards, and that was per department. So let's say it was baby items, like you'd have to spend $100 on baby items, like diapers and whatever. And then you'd get like a $20 gift card. So I'd participate in those occasionally. And then Costco, we have a Costco card where we got 2% back, but that was a check that they gave you at the end of the year. It wasn't even monthly. It was at the end of the year that they would tally that up and give it to you. So if you scroll through here, what the next thing says, like I was mentioning, is put an X next to any of the products that your family uses. And then you're basically going to put a 1, 2, or 3 next to that. The 1 is like products that your family purchases monthly, or you're going to purchase in the next 30 days. 2 is something you purchase maybe every 60 days. 3, something for every 90 days. And what that allows you to do is just kind of, once you see the doTERRA cart that I'm going to show you, it helps you to know like, oh, what I'm going to be putting in my cart each month. Like this month I'm ordering this. Next month I'm going to add this to the cart. The following month I'll take these things out and add this. So if you kind of see, it's a little bit light because I used pencil, but for example, our family with the, if you go back up a little bit to the top, on the top is kind of the supplements, like the vitamins, the protein shakes, the omegas. So prior to doTERRA, I didn't use a lot of supplements. I really didn't use supplements at all, except for when I was pregnant. I took like a prenatal supplement, and that was cost me about $8 a month. Artie used to buy supplements from GNC. He was very big into supplements. At one point, I believe he told me he was spending over $200 a month on supplements at GNC. But on the conservative side, and what we kind of compared it to, about $60 to $80 a month he was spending on his own supplements. And then he was also taking a prescription omega, which was about another $20 a month that he was taking.
Okay.
So that's just to give you an example of that you can scroll down a little bit more if you'd like. So you see other things on there, like we get our soap, our shower gel, maybe $5, $6, pain relievers for us, for the kids. That was something we were buying every few months. That was about like $12 total. And then you see on the side, so like the if you go to the next page, if you don't mind.
Let's see. I think the next page I have, nope, here.
Yeah, so on that,
There we go.
on the second page.
Yep.
So for example, like the facial cleanser,
Mm-hmm.
I bought my facial cleanser every couple months, spending about $10 or so on it. And equivalent to that in the purple would be doTERRA's Virage line or Essential Cleanser. So that's what you're looking at there in that purple column. So as you can see, our family was using a majority of the products that are listed on here, and buying them at, various times, monthly, bi-monthly, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you go down, yeah, so that's continuing the list of all the products. So I think I just encourage families, like, if you want this form, I mean, I can just email you this form, or Hope can send it to you. Take the time to do this, because a lot of times what happens is sometimes we don't operate on a budget, or we have no idea what we're even spending, or, there's not any awareness there. But if you start to do this, you can see, about what you're spending every month. And we have a family of
surprise
6.
you.
Yeah, it might surprise you to realize,
Yeah.
because you think, oh, because I'm shopping at this store or that store, whatever, I'm saving all this money, or the products you might see that each product is cheaper, as far as price. But then when you look at it, you're like, well, I'm still spending, $200 a month, $300 a month, $400 a month, whatever it is. So if you want to go back to that third page, that third page is where I kind of total all of it up. So when I totaled up the cost column, so this was for every 3 months, we were spending a little under $900 every 3 months. So that would be like healthcare products, personal care products, household cleaning products. And then I divided that by 3 to give me an average of $295 a month. That's how I did the math there. So just a little under $300 we were spending for our family for that. And if you see underneath, the average American or American family spends like $150 to $400 a month on their products. So we're kind of falling within that average range. So the next one says multiply the total cost by 10% or 10 cents. So I did that, and that's 29.5. So the reason I'm doing that on here, which you'll see in a minute when we go to my shopping cart with doTERRA, is that it says this is your LRP rebate. This is your rebate amount as a new LRP customer. And LRP just stands for Loyalty Rewards Program. It's basically just the monthly shopping program with doTERRA where you earn those points back. And so underneath, when you start out, you get 10% back every time you order at least 50 that month. So that's the thing. It's really a small minimum too, because our family would be spending almost $300 a month. We don't even, with doTERRA now, we probably spend an average of like 150, 200, maybe 250 on some months. But this would be when we started out in the beginning, if we were getting 10% back, let's just say we're using that $295 amount, then we would be getting 29.5 points, which is like saying a $29.50 gift card, because 1 point equals $1.
It's like placing your monthly order, and then you're getting nearly a $30 gift card back.
Right.
To spend on whatever you want.
Yep. and then that gets deposited the next month and I can use it immediately, or I can save it up, which is what I really like, because going back to the Costco thing, they don't
Right.
give me my savings right away. It's like a once a year thing that they issue a check. And so this I like, because if I want to use the points I have, I can use them, pretty soon. Like I don't have to wait 6 months, a year, whatever. I can use them when I want to, or I can save them up and then use them later on. I have a larger amount. So the next column before we switch over to the shopping cart, it says multiply the total cost by 30%. So that would be on there, you see 88.5. So that's 88.5 points, or an $88.50 gift card, which that translates to. So once you've been shopping like that with doTERRA for a year, then you're at 30% back, and that stays like that. So then you're
Forever.
locked in at 30% as long as you continue to, to order, like I said, 50 a month. You're getting points back with, 50. So maybe that's just a few items. And then you're getting those points back and those rewards. So it's like getting almost a $100, gift card back. And these are monthly. So this is like each month I'm getting this back.
So every single month that you go shopping for your products that you would get from Walmart or Target or somewhere else, and you instead are getting them from doTERRA, you are getting that gift card back every
Yes.
single month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And like I said, it pretty much, it pretty much gets there. It gets deposited that next month. So it's in there almost immediately for me to use that next month if I want. And I'm glad that you put this on here, because this gives you a great visual of all the stuff that we're buying and that we've swapped. So we've basically taken the laundry detergent that we used to buy at Walmart, or the muscle and joint support there, that deep blue rub. We were buying our BioFreeze before, but now we switched over to this. And then the skincare, whatever skincare products I was buying, we just swapped it over to this. And most of it, a lot of it, especially with the supplements, a lot of it was just taking that cost and shifting it right over. It wasn't like we were paying more or anything like that. It was really just shifting the money over.
But then you're getting a huge gift card back every single time that you can spend on extra things. And that's where you can get gifts for somebody else, birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, or extra things that you've never gotten to have in your home to make life easier or more fun.
And the other part about it too, like, it's not only just that financial aspect of it, which is amazing in and of itself, but the fact that, like, I have 4 kids now and my kids are young, and it saves me time. Like, there's other moms out there, and I've seen on Facebook, they're like, oh, I gotta run to the store, I gotta put the kids in the cart, whatever. And I know they have the curbside pickup now, but I don't even have to drive to the store. Like, I can just do my order online. Like, I have the baby laying here, hanging out with me right now. I can just do my order online. I don't have to put her in a car seat, stick her in the car, do all that. I put my order in online, gets sent right to me. So there's a convenience with it too, where I don't have to spend like time and gas. And I don't know about you, but like, sometimes I like going out to the stores, but a lot of times I get out there and it can be stressful sometimes in the store. But just depending on how many people are there and what's going on and how many cashiers there are, and if you have to check out yourself and if your baby's screaming. So this saves me a lot of time and energy and stress doing it this way too.
Yeah. All right. So now that's a great segue into, okay, so let's go to your cart.
Yeah.
So let's actually look at how do you actually, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the tab.
No problem.
While
you're doing that, if you want to shop this way, you'd set up your doTERRA account. And then you're going to have your own login, which is what Hope's going to do now. So you just log into your account. It's like any other online shopping, and everybody's familiar with online shopping now, just Amazon, wherever you shop. You have your login, you have your own shopping cart. You can go in there, edit your cart. So here's the login page. So I'm logged in here. So this front home page you'll see has my loyalty order on it. So if it's your first time, you'll set that up and you get to pick the date you want your order to process on. You can change the date if you want. So that's just a little overview of what's currently in my cart. And then each month before it processes, I just go in there and update the products that I need based on that list that I showed you each month. So here's your shopping bag. So I already have in there our lifelong vitality pack. So that's the supplements that we take now. And what I like about that, and it's another cost savings, is that you can customize that pack. So Artie and I use those supplements. And then if you hit that purple customize button, you can add on additional supplements. It lets you add on 3 and an additional savings. So it's an additional savings from the wholesale price. So for us, I added on that Meta Power, which is a wonderful collagen supplement that we've just started taking, and it's awesome. And then I added on an extra Microplex, which is the vitamins and minerals for us.
Awesome.
Yeah. So then if you hit continue, then if you go back up to the top, I'm just going to have you add in some of the other items that we need this month. And then,
so Jen, am I seeing here that you have 316 points in your account that you've accrued?
Yeah.
And that equals $300
so that's
worth of products that you can buy for free.
Absolutely. So I've got a little over $300 to spend in products.
And also
that's kind of my little bank there.
That according to the PV that you're about to spend with this order, you're going to earn 36 more points back on this order, estimated loyalty points earned. So it's like every single month you get this big paycheck, this like gift card back.
Yep. And even though I'm using the points, they're going to get replenished because I'm at 30%. I'm at 30% back. So my 120 PV you see there, like you said, I'm earning 36 points or $36 back on this order. So if you want to go to where it says search to add products.
Yep.
So let's say my family this month, so we need the kids vitamins. So if you want to just put A to Z, they're called A to Z chewables. So as soon as you start typing in here, you'll see that it pops up the different items, and you can just click on them and add them to the cart. Yep. So we're going to do that. And then if you type in protein, we're going to add in our protein powder. And you can just do the vanilla protein. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you would add in for me the dish soap.
Abode dish soap. Love that whole line.
And then a shampoo and conditioner. So you can just do there's a combo one. If you scroll down a little bit more, I see if they show it. Yeah, this one that says Salon Essentials shampoo and smoothing conditioner. So if you add that one in, and then let's go ahead and also add in a toothpaste, an On Guard toothpaste. So you can see I've got my supplements, I've got some personal care items, I've got a cleaning product in there. So this is like going to be my order for this month. Now, you can see each one, you can see the dollar amount, the PV amount is like the point value that they're worth. And then if you go back up and you look to the right, you're going to see I'm at $287 as my subtotal, and then 198 point value. So that would still fall within the range of what I showed you on that other sheet. That was my family's monthly budget, because our monthly budget was $295. Right. However, I don't actually need to spend that much because I have all those rewards points sitting there. So if you would show them, what I'd like to do now is redeem some of those rewards points. So I'm essentially now getting these products for free. So let's redeem it for the kids vitamins, the protein.
We're going to do the toothpaste.
Yeah, let's do the shampoo and conditioner.
And
then let's just kind of see where we're at now, dollar amount wise.
So we spent some of your points.
We're
now down to spending $228.
Okay. So if I wanted to, if I'm comfortable here, which is obviously below my budget, you know, I could just go ahead and check out here, or I still have 234 points to spend. So let's go ahead and use it on the protein.
Okay. Let's use it on the protein. We use points on protein.
Yeah. So now I'm only at $186. And there's a $3 point redemption fee, but that's minimal, considering everything. And if you scroll down, you can see now that it shows all those things in yellow I'm using my points for. So I'm getting those for free.
How fabulous. And when we place our order earlier in the month, we also get a free oil of the month or product of the month.
Mhm.
So it's so generous. This whole reward program is so generous.
Yep. So when you use your points, it doesn't allow you to save your cart at that time, but usually that's when I'm ready to check out anyway, is when I use my points. So then
Right,
you would
so
just hit,
you just click
proceed to
proceed to
check
check
out.
out,
Yep.
and you know that this is going to be the cost. You're going to spend $186. You're going to have used 128 of your points. You don't have to pay for shipping because you're over the 100 PV mark.
Yep. So that saves
You're gonna
me.
get back a $38 gift card.
Yep. That all sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. So that's what it's like to order clean, toxin-free, healthy, natural, very effective household hygiene, skincare, soaps, and then deodorants, and then nutrition and protein shakes, and all of these things through doTERRA's shopping account.
Yeah. And that process would take me maybe like 10 minutes versus an hour to 2 hours of my time going to the store and pushing a cart around and trying to find all that. So, you know, save your time for something else that you enjoy to do socially.
Yeah, exactly. So the moral of the story is like, save yourself some time, get some really good products, and get a discount wholesale customer account with doTERRA. And either one of us can help you with that. And then you have your own account and you order things as you need. This is what we've been doing for years. And it's sometimes we take for granted, like the whole world doesn't know about this.
Yeah. And I like showing people how they can do that, because some people get hung up and some people have the misconception that doTERRA is like just essential oils. And they're thinking, how am I going to use all those oils each month? I'm not going to spend $50, $100 on oils each month. But once they realize it's all the lifestyle, all the home products you're using every single day, it's such an easier thing to see and to be like, oh, I'm just shifting my budget. I'm not spending an additional 200, 300, whatever dollars. It's just moving my dollars over to this, like you said, higher quality products, more convenience, that sort of thing. So yeah.
I love it. Thanks so much for sharing, Jen. Thanks so much for being live, and enjoy staying home with your baby today.
Thank you.
Okay, bye everybody.
Have a great day. Bye everyone.